Greetings everyone, I am DRWolf, and I just got back from watching Avengers Infinity War. Holy cow! I mean, wow! I cannot remember the last time I walked out of the theater feeling this way. This was amazing to see. It was bold. It was, holy cow, so much fun. And yet it still took me by surprise in so many ways. It is fantastic to watch. Absolutely worthwhile. The first part of this review is going to be spoiler free. I'm going to try to keep everything on the down low as best I can, but there's so much I want to talk about. And I will give fair warning. I really, really recommend that everyone go out and watch this. Even if you're only a casual fan of the Marvel films, if you've only seen maybe half of them, have enough background to get a semi-understanding of the characters, it's still worth watching. It's still so much fun. And it's still gonna throw you for a loop. But I'll try to get through as much as I can spoiler-free in this first part. First off, characters. There are so many characters. So many characters that are all trying to vie for screen time. And there just isn't enough screen time. Holy cow. They're trying to give dialogue to everyone who has a name, for everyone who has had their own film in the past, and even side characters. But there's just not enough time for everyone. And yet, I still felt like everyone was at least able to have their moment in the spotlight. And that's downright impressive with such a huge cast and so many different story threads all trying to weave together. I mean, that must be a nightmare trying to write for and not have anyone feel like they're being left behind, but they pulled it off. Holy cow, did they pull that off? There's only maybe a few exceptions where a couple of side characters might have had, well, I get to have a cameo, or maybe I get to have a couple of little lines that might get a chuckle. But I still felt that everyone had to have their moment in the spotlight, and it worked. It really worked. So, kudos. Secondly, the villain. Oh my goodness. They have been building this up for how many years? You'd think that there's no way that Thanos could live up to the hype. You'd think that that would be impossible. You'd think that once he's starting to get up and start doing everything himself, that there's no way that he could be that threatening or that calm or that believable in every one of his motivations. But again, it works. It's amazing how well they have fleshed out this character, even though he's had barely any lines, barely any appearances in any of the previous films. In just this one movie, despite the fact that there are dozens upon dozens of other big name characters all trying to vie for screen time, Thanos is still able to hold his own and really, really leave his mark. This is an impressive villain. This is a memorable villain. And even with as little backstory as we got, he believes in everything he's doing. You can follow why he is putting everyone through these despicable tortures. Why he feels that every life he takes is a mercy. And again, bravo! They managed to pull off this character they've been hyping up for years upon years, and he's still going to be so memorable and so intimidating. And oh goodness, I gotta stop talking before I get into spoiler territory. Wow. All right, the action set pieces. There are a ton of action set pieces in this film. Probably more than any other Marvel film ever up to this point. Because again, you've got all these different characters and everybody's got to have their moment in the spotlight. And yet, I'd still believe that about 95% of them really sucked me in, really kept me engaged, really got me excited. Oh, I gotta keep seeing where this is going. This is really well done. Everyone's motivations are believable. Everyone's despair is believable. Everyone's panic is believable. They're giving everything they have, and you feel for every single moment. Again, 95% of the time. There were only a few exceptions where I had to sit back and think, do we really need to go to this? But it didn't take me long before, nope, this film's got me going again. Holy cow, I gotta see where this is. I gotta see more of this. Whew. There's so many times in this movie where you feel like you want to take a break. You want to take a moment to breathe. And they're still trying to keep moving on and keep moving on. And for so many other movies, that can be such a terrible thing. Like they're trying to throw so much information at you, too much information at you, that it's hard to follow. Or that when they're trying to bring so many different story threads together, it just doesn't make sense on a grand scale. But I didn't get that here. I didn't get any of that here. I want to have more movies like this. I really, really do. I have been following the Marvel films for 10 years now, with maybe only missing 4 or 5 of them at most. But I never felt like I was being left behind. I could follow every single step along the way, despite so many characters and so many story threads and so many action set pieces, big and small, and it's amazing. I want to get into spoiler territory pretty soon here, but I cannot recommend this film enough, mostly because what I do want to talk about in spoiler territory and the bold decisions that this movie takes. I really, really hope that people will go to see this film and avoid spoilers as best as they can. Because, yeah, this film does not pull any punches. It will throw you for a loop. And I think that's one of its greatest strengths. So go see it, don't wait. And now I do want to get into why I feel that this is going to leave such a mark on me for a very, very long time, because when I left the theater, that was such a sobering moment. Wow. Oh, goodness. There are so many times throughout this film where it's building up your hope. It's building up the character's hope. It's telling them this is a chance. This is a possibility to defeat Thanos. This is an avenue that you can take. And every single time, it's taken away from them. Every single time. Right up to the end. And it never lets go. It never gives you that hope that you've been trying to grasp onto. It puts all of the heroes into their lowest point and does not give you a way out, even at the very end of the movie. And that is so bold. Wow, for a franchise that's this ginormous, that is so bold that they intended to do this. I honestly believe that they were wanting to do this for years. They had this in mind. And I'm glad they did. I'm really, really glad they did. That they released a movie that was going to get so many people watching it, so many people hyped for it, and crushes that hope so definitively. Thanos, oh wow, the fact that he remains so calm, so determined every one of his actions. That he truly believes each life he takes is a genuine mercy, never faltering for one moment in that belief. It is a little terrifying. The fact that he has the Infinity Gauntlet, that he gets all 6 of those gems, and that he, in the end, gets everything that he wants. Especially right up at the end there. You know, I went into this movie expecting heroes not to make it through. I expected that there would be loss. To this degree, though, a very bold choice for the writers, the producers, the directors, everyone involved. And I want to see how people react to it. I truly do. Because when is the last time that a franchise, any kind of movie with this much backing behind it, this much hype behind it, is willing to do this to so many of its fan favorite characters? I expected that to happen to at least a few of them, to some of them. But this is most of them. I thought that Iron Man or Captain America, or perhaps even both, would not make it through this film. There was even a moment where Thanos had stabbed Tony all the way through, and I thought, ooh, yeah, this is it. This is his final stand. And it very nearly was. But it turns out, it's far worse when you have the characters who started this whole franchise still be there to watch all the people they cared about most be taken away. And knowing that they couldn't do anything to stop it. I said it before, this film does not pull any of its punches. Ooh. And I very, very, very much want to see where they go with this. I knew years ago that there would be 2 Infinity War films. I had heard that that was the plan. But when Infinity War was coming up and there was no Part 1 attached to the name, I began to wonder, had they changed their plan? Was it only going to be thus one film? I went into this not really being sure anymore. Knowing in the back of my mind, I always thought that they were going to do 2 parts. I really do want them to do 2 parts, but what if they don't? And yeah, it's better if you don't know for sure that everything's going to be wrapped up at the end. It's better going in that way. I hope people get to appreciate this film without being spoiled of everything that goes on. It's powerful. And I guarantee I am going to be coming back to this. I already want to watch it again. It's not just for the action set pieces. It's not just for the fantastic character quips, of which there are a whole great host of character quips. I was chuckling throughout the entire film. They know how to keep things fun and entertaining. And yet at the end, all that hope is just being crushed. You're losing everything. And it's sobering. It's so bold that they went in that direction. I know I keep harping on that, but wow, I can't remember the last time any film did that. Anything this big. even half this big, attempted something like this, I have to applaud them. I really do. Oh, goodness. I really, really want to see more films like this succeed. And I know that this one is going to make well over $1 billion. I mean, come on. It's a Marvel film that's been hyped up for who knows how long now. I'm glad that a film that will make so much money is worthy of making that much money. Because, yeah, it will encourage more like it. I want more like this, please. I cannot sing of this film's praises enough. Ooh. There are certain times where I wish the movie was longer, where it gave more time for the characters to breathe, assess the situation, and be able to take in some of these losses. And yet, especially at the end, I think having it happen so quickly that every one of those characters just fading away, the fact that even Spider-Man, Peter Parker, the reason why they had Tony Stark mentoring him in the first place. Ooh. Well played. So well played. Oh, goodness. This is gonna hit so many people so hard. And I have such a hard time trying to find faults, even nitpicks with this, because it kept me engaged so well. Ooh, it gave me chills walking out of that theater. I do hope that there will be much more to come. I know there's going to be much more to come because I stayed till the after credits scene. Pretty much everyone in the theater stuck around for the after credits scene. They were all trying to take it in just like I was, I think. And yeah, there is much more coming. But I do genuinely want to hear from each of you about this film's impact. Whew. I hope that all those who went this far into the video have actually watched this film. Whew. It is not to be missed. But please leave your thoughts in the comments below, because I do want to hear how everyone has reacted to this. I want to hear your personal feelings, especially on all of that loss and hardship. And what you think might be coming next. Until next time, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.